Okay, got it. Call to order. Meeting of the Board of Education scheduled for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, held at 7 p.m. at Wyandotte City Hall, 3200 Biddle Avenue. Roll call, please.
Member Bevan Partial?
Here.
Member Kane?
Here.
Member Kinney?
Here.
Member Lo Cicero?
Here.
Member Martinez?
Here.
Member Weber?
Here.
President Circovich?
Here. All right. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, recitation of the vision and mission statements. Trustee Kinney will read the vision statement, and Secretary Lo Cicero will read the mission statements.
Vision statement: a diverse, equitable, and inclusive community that develops resilient, innovative, and engaged individuals.
Mission statement, collaborating and inspiring to educate, engage, and empower all.
Thank you. Reading of the minutes. The proposed summary from the January 6, 2026 work session is included in your packet, board members. Secretary Lo Cicero reviewed it and found it to be in order and acceptable as presented.
I move approval of the proposed summary from the January 6, 2026 work session be approved as presented or amended.
Support.
Any discussion? It's going in as presented. Seeing none, please attach the roll.
Roll attached, motion carried.
Thank you. All right, special orders and reports. Dr. Anderson.
Yeah, January, as you guys know, is Board of Education Recognition Month. Board member is an elected position, without pay and with great responsibility. In addition to attending and preparing for meetings, they attend classes and receive a weekly packet of information to review. With over 4,000 children, over 750 employees, 6 unions, and 10 schools, Wyandotte board members have a huge responsibility. Thank you to our board. Cindy Kinney, beginning her 12th year of service. Teresa Circovich, beginning her 8th year of service. Kathleen Kane, beginning her 6th year of service. Kelly Weber, beginning her 4th year of service. Carrie Martinez, beginning her 4th year of service. Wendy Lo Cicero, beginning her 3rd year of service. And Nick Bevan Partial, beginning his 2nd year of service. So thank you all. We had a little gifts there to show our appreciation to you. Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We also have a musical performance that's going to be done next month. We had some technical difficulties. Our marching band, or our jazz band, will be playing for you, but we'll do that next month.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, why don't you continue on
Yep.
there, Dr. Anderson?
Yeah, next up, I'd like to invite up the principal of Monroe Elementary, Miss Whitney Shinovar, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about PBIS.
I'm going to bring my trusty sidekick up too. This is Jamie Rossman. She's our Dean of Students at Monroe, and I'm Whitney Shenovar, Principal at Monroe. And we wanted to do a little bit of talk about just PBIS in general and all the things that we've been doing at our school to promote positive behaviors and really get the kids excited about doing the right things. So we're going to do that and talk about that today. And thank you very much to the families who braved the cold and came. We invited a really big group, but I'm just happy we have people here in this crazy weather. All right, so this year we moved to a monthly assembly to model all of the hard work that we're doing at school and introduce life skills to the kids and announce all of our winners. Before, we used to do that on the morning announcements, and it was a big deal. The kids like to hear their name, but we wanted to make it a little bit more of a production. So we have a monthly assembly where we get the kids up, they get to play a game, all of the school cheers for them, everybody's so excited, and then the next month the kids are like, I want that to be me, I want to work really hard to do that. So the other fun thing about it is that it's all based on what the students want to do, so they vote in their classroom on who the winners are. So it's not the teachers or the staff picking it, the kids pick amongst themselves of who they think is doing a really good job just being a very good model Mustang. And then we give out model Mustang tickets throughout the month as well. And students can earn those for just going above and beyond the expectations that we are trying to do at school. And when they win that, they get experience-based prizes. So the teachers give up some of their time during the day and they do a fun activity with the kids. So it's not a sticker or a certificate, something like that. It's a fun experience that they get to do. So some of the ones we've done so far this year is Lego lunch, popsicles on the playground, minute to win it games, trivia, donuts and cider, cartoon drawing, paint by numbers, a hot cocoa bar, cookie decorating. The kids love it, and they love seeing the teachers that they've had previously or teachers that they're hoping to have down the line. So we do have a presentation. Perfect, thank you. You can go to the next one. So a little bit about our monthly life skills. Why do we teach them? We're trying to build some personal and emotional skills. So we're focusing on self-reflection, self-regulation, stress management, emotional intelligence, resilience, adaptability. We want the kids to have social and interpersonal skills. Can they communicate with one another? Can they show teamwork, empathy, conflict resolution, and just have healthy relationships? We want to promote effective decision-making and critical thinking. And we're trying to have our students stand up to those bullying behaviors and become a real role model. Our whole district is doing the Expect Respect initiative, and at our school, we really try hard to get the students to notice that very first step, which is just saying something. When you see someone doing something unkind, say stop, put your hand up, say you do not like this, and get help from somebody. Just kind of drawing attention that it's not accepted, we're not going to do it, and we're going to choose to do something better. You can go ahead and go to the next one. So our very first life skill that we celebrated this year was friendship, and that was our September life skill. Students learned that friendship means you have a special connection with someone. You like to play with and share with people. You have someone who makes you feel happy and safe. We told them that good friends are kind, they share their toys, they listen when you're sad and cheer for you when you're happy, and that friends are trustworthy and supportive. So in September, all of the kiddos in each classroom got to vote for their friend who they thought showed that the best, and we have a couple of those winners that came today. So if I could have Luke and Claire come on up. Those were a couple of our friendship winners this year. Mine is extra friendly. This is Claire. Congrats to those guys. You're on the TV. How cool is that? All right, go sit, bud. All right, we can go ahead and go to the next one. Go sit down, bud. You're just so distracted by it. Go sit. Go sit by Dad. All right, so our next life skill was October, and that was responsibility. And in October, our students learned that responsibility means that you do what you're supposed to do, like homework or chores. You take care of things like your toys or your pets. You make good choices, and you own your actions. We really focused a lot on the fact that you're going to face a good or bad result. You might have some consequences from the choices that you make, so trying to get them to take that accountability. Teaching students that they could be someone that others can count on, and that responsibility is about being dependable and helping out, and that you can show that you can be trusted with tasks and decisions at home and at school. So one of our October responsibility winners is here today as well, so we'll bring up Claudia. Congrats, Claudia. All right. And then our next life skill after that, perfect for November, is gratitude. In November, we teach our students that gratitude means that you feel happy and you say thank you for good things, whether they're big or small. It's about noticing and appreciating kindness for others and good things in your life. Gratitude is like a warm, happy thank you in your heart. Gratitude means you stop and notice and appreciate what you have, and you love the people around you and who care about you and what's best for you. We have two of our November winners here with us tonight. We'll bring up Owen Z and Abby P. Hey. All right. And I'm very proud of all of them for some of these people, September, October, keeping their certificates for so long. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you. All right. In our December, right before we came to break, we learned about integrity. Our students in December learned that integrity means that you do the right thing, even when no one's watching. We show honesty, we're fair, and we stick to good values like kindness, responsibility, and we do those things even when it's hard. It's about being a good person inside and out. We do the right thing, even if others are not doing the right thing. We take responsibility and own up to our own actions, and we're kind and we show compassion and respect to everyone. And one of our December winners is here, a repeat winner. Let's bring up Claire again. Love a double winner. All right, and then we don't have any winners for January yet because we don't vote till the end of the month, but what all of our students are working on in January is initiative. And we're teaching the students that initiative means you notice something that needs to be done, and you start the task without being asked. You take charge, you help others, you solve problems, and you learn because you are curious. So that is my portion. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Rossman, and she's going to talk a little bit about another exciting thing that we do at Monroe to support good behavior and just our whole community.
So before I get started on what we were going to talk about, I do want to talk, one thing we added this year was that staff is voting for staff on those same life skills, and we do have a winner here. Mrs. Dana Mayhew won for responsibility, so thank you for coming. All right, so what I'm going to talk about is something we started last year, which was monthly service projects as a staff and student body. Each month, our students participate in a service project that will benefit our community. We started doing these service projects last year, as I mentioned, and they were such a hit with the students that we had to keep it going this year. The generosity our students show during these service projects has been so rewarding to witness. We are proud to say that our Mustangs have huge hearts and are committed to helping our community in any way they can. One way we encourage participation in this is we incentivize it. For instance, when we did our food drive for the Downriver Food Pantry, the winning classes got to duct tape Mr. Ursing, our art teacher, to the wall in one of our monthly assemblies. He was. He was.
3-minute-long assembly that it was.
Yes, and he did. One child at a time, duct tape over him. Another thing we try to do is we try to switch it up so it's not a burden to anyone. So sometimes we are collecting items. We have done, last year, we did the penny drive for the Wyandotte Animal Shelter. We raised $1,500 for them, 1 penny at a time. That was a lot of trips to my bank to count the change. Other times, we're just showing our talents, like we draw cards, we have some pictures of that, and sometimes it's time. Last year, we did a spring cleanup, and we asked parents to take pictures of their children, like cleaning up after the snow melts. So if you can go to the next slide. So we did Hearts for Heroes this year and last year. Our students made cards for police, fire, and hospital, and then we actually received that picture back. My nephew worked security at the hospital, and he took that picture. They taped up all of our cards for their staff. Yep, if you could go ahead. That was our food drive. We've done it twice, benefiting the same Downriver Food Pantry. Between the 2 years, it averages about 2,000 pounds of food we donated, because they measure every box I carried in. So go ahead, please. That's what we're currently doing this year. There's a couple of local homeless shelters. We did it a little different this year because I think people were I was kind of confused on what exactly was needed. So each grade level is in charge of a different item. And that's currently what we're doing this year. So if any of you would like to donate, we are taking donations at Monroe Elementary if you want to pop in and donate any of the items that a local homeless shelter could use. Go ahead. Oh, that's the last slide? Okay. So if anybody has any questions for us, feel free. But other than that, that does conclude our presentation.
Board members, comments or questions for the Monroe team?
I just love everything.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of
you
what
so
you're
much.
doing.
And we're short on socks if you want to, donate socks from your local Target.
You should do a plug for yours too, because we stole one of your amazing people who helps run that program that you guys are doing out by your house. She's one of our new paras in our ASD classroom. So we love all the donations that everyone's doing in the community. The food box throughout the community have been very beneficial for our families that need it.
So thank you.
All right, I wasn't quick enough with the camera. If we could have all of the certificate winners come up one more time
come up.
and get a picture. I'd like to get a picture of you guys here with Mrs. Shenovar and Mrs. Rossman. So if you guys came up, come stand by Mrs. Shenavar and Mrs. Rossman, please.
How about you come over here so they can see you? We'll
Yeah.
put a kid behind the
Come on this side of the podium. There you go. So I can get a good picture of you guys.
You can come around back if you want.
Dad,
If
come
you want to
back
take a
here.
picture, you can come back here if you want to come get a picture. Parents, if you want to come back here, come on. You know you need it for the Facebook or the Insta. We'll tag Monroe, give
All
them
right,
some
guys,
love.
everybody look at me and
All right.
smile, then they're going to do some more. Well, they're
Let's
going to
get
go over
the-
me first. Here, ready?
Look at
One,
that- look at that drink.
2, 3. Okay, now you can look over at mom and
Look at
dad
the
there.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wait, all right, wait, hold it. You got a couple
Hold
more.
that pose.
We got more coming.
Keep
We got
Don't stop smiling.
Keep smiling.
Smile pretty.
All right.
Somebody's tired.
Thank you very much for
Everybody.
having
Thank you, boys and girls, thank you for coming out, and we appreciate it very, very much. I would normally say it's a good day for ice cream, but today's
It's
probably
not.
not. So remember this summer to remind your moms and dads to take you for ice cream because of coming out here tonight, okay? And with this, we'll do a little break to allow you to exit so that you guys can get home.
Can I say one thing to the children? We are so, so proud of you. You know, we were kids once, and we know that it's not always easy to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And we just want to say thank you for being you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Where are we at? All right, we'll give our families a minute to clear out.
Over here. Isn't that odd?
All right, while people are kind of making their way out, I will begin the hearing of the public. Wyandotte Public Schools Board of Education welcomes public discourse. Now is the portion of the meeting where the public may address the board. Those who wish to speak should approach the podium, state their name, and address the board. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. Members of the board and district employees will not answer questions during public commentary. Is there anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Seeing none, we will move on to our Committee of the Whole discussion agenda. All right, first on the agenda is a new policy 4000.03 under conditions of employment moonlighting. The policy 4000.3 was recommended by our legal team at Miller Johnson, and we did review it at the January 6th work session, so we're just holding discussion at this time. So board members, this is just open time to discuss. If anything else came up from this, if you had a chance to read it over and talk about it, any other thoughts or suggestions or discussion about it before we take a vote later?
No.
I think it was pretty clear. We had a
Yeah.
discussion on it. and
Yeah.
Any questions that there were been answered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just clarifying.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as you stated, this was just brought to us as a recommendation from
It's okay.
Miller Johnson, so.
Yeah, we like to keep our policies current, and this was just happened to be one that will give us a little more clarity. If we do have someone that's employed by not only us, but another employer, then we can be clear with our employees about what our expectations are. All right, if we're good on that, then we're going to move on to school board term limits. So this was something that came up at our last work session as well. There are some surrounding communities that have 6-year term limits. We happen to have a 4-year term limit here in Wyandotte. And as just part of our kind of, I would say, due diligence, I would like to just have open discussion at this time about board member feelings about this. Do we feel like it's a good fit for us, the way we do it? Should we look at something else? So I'm just going to open the floor for comments at this time.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, so I appreciate the idea of the 6-year term. I do, I think we had really great discussion about it at our board session, our work session. What I like about it is that it does bring, or it does allow you to have just 2 people up for either reelection, or 2 seats are open for every election cycle. But that being said, I worry that 6 years is too long of a commitment, and that if we're looking at, somebody who might be within a 4-year term interested in running 2 terms. Running 2 terms for 6 years each is quite a stretch. I don't know that I could commit to something like that, or who knows where you're gonna be at that point in your life, right? I think that, there's not enough benefit, to recommend that change at this time. Maybe down the road in the future, it would make more sense, but that's kind of my feeling.
Yeah. I also see the potential for some folks to, if we move to a 6-year term, not be able to fulfill those 6-year terms. So they get on there, they think, oh, great, 6 years, and then something comes up. And I feel like there would be a lot of turnover in that space, where 4 years is more manageable. You can predict, essentially, I mean, you really can't predict where you're at tomorrow, but it's easier to predict where you're going to be in 4 years versus 6 years. So in order for us to keep that turnover low and the commitment high, we should stay at a 4-year, in my opinion.
Other voices during the conversation?
I would agree with Treasurer Martinez and Trustee Weber in saying that I do also feel that a 6-year term, as it is tradition for other districts, I think for here, it just seems like a really long commitment to make. As I expressed in the work session as well, I feel like a life happens very quickly, and in order to get an engaged community, I think 4 years is probably the best, because when I think of life happening in like 4-year segments. Like 6 years is quite a lot. And I would agree with you, Carrie, about the running 2 terms. Like, it's more digestible to run 2 terms as a board member at 4 years each, opposed to committing to over a decade for 2 6-year terms. But oppositely, I think the longer terms allow you to have more of a stable voice. But I personally, I would agree. I don't necessarily see 6 years terms as something we should move to right now.
Okay. Other voices?
I'm on board with Kelly and Nick and Carrie as well. There's pros and cons to each side. And, I'm glad this came forward because it gave us something new to look at. And is this something that we will want to do down the way? It could be. When you're looking at 6-year terms, if you have 2 6-year terms, that's 4 more years than if you had 2 4-year terms. And an additional 4 years is a long time. So somebody could feasibly be on the board from the time their child starts school until their child graduates, which could be a good thing. But I think it's something that we need to discuss more and digest, and just, maybe look at some other boards that have the 6-year before we move forward with it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
ahead. I would agree with Kathy, and I was looking at it too, and I think the 6-year term, though I see pluses to it, especially with having only 2 turnover at a time, I think we need to get a little more information on why it's worked for other districts, and then would that apply to our district as well, as we look at this in the future.
I have to agree with everyone so far, but I also think we need community involvement in the decision. They put us here, and I think they should have a say-so on how long we stay here. I don't think it's just up to this horseshoe.
Sure.
I think it's up to our community.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons it's good that we're discussing it here, because they're having the opportunity to hear about it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I would agree with you, Cindy, in the fact that I think the 4-year terms allow our community to have a greater input in the makeup of the board more frequently, so that they can make a more informed decision. Yeah.
There would still be somebody up on it for every 2 years. There would still be some seats that would be up during that rotation. Well, I would say then, building on what Kathy said, when you are at a training and you happen to be sitting at a table with other board members that serve for 6 years, maybe that's a great question to ask them, to say, what's the benefit of that? Do you like that? Do you not like that? What would you rather have a 4-year term? I think Any change or any idea, any policy is always starting with just one person hearing something or talking to other people and saying, hey, is that right for us? And I love the discussion that we had a couple weeks ago and the discussion we have now. I think it's great for the community to see us debating these ideas, to see us discussing it and weighing out what we think is right or what we think might be beneficial to our community. I would say going forward, if this is something that people on the board want to explore, then I would leave it to you as a body to bring forth a resolution. If some of you feel strongly about making a change, let's put a resolution on the table and take a vote on it. If everyone's pretty happy with the way it is now, then, we used a thought experiment, we talked about it, we decided it's not something we want to take up at this time, and we roll. I think it being an election year, it's a good year to think about this, but if it's not what's right at this time, or we're not ready to make a change, then I think that's fine too. That's part of what our job is here, is to entertain the possibility always. Any other closing thoughts on this topic?
Well, yeah, it's, we're here to do what's right for the students and the staff and the community, but we're also here to make sure that we move forward and we continue to make progress within ourselves. And having this discussion is a good thing for all of us to look at.
I would agree. I'm pretty proud of us. Agreed. That we can, just have a good discussion about something and decide, move it forward, or we're happy with the way it is now. I think it's always good to look at how someone else does something. There's never anything wrong with checking that out.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good moving on from that discussion agenda item, and I would like to turn it over to Dr. Anderson to talk just a little bit about Sex Ed Advisory Board, and then we can open it up for board discussion.
As you're aware, that we've recently undergone a process to build a new Sex Ed Advisory Board. We did start from scratch this time, and we really worked to create a transparent process. We sent emails out to all of our school community members right before break, and then a reminder right near the end of the break for an application period. We had 91 people apply for seats on that board. So that's great. It shows a level of a desire to be involved in the decision-making process. I do want to go on record as to say that I am not a member of that committee. I will be there. I will be there as a silent observer on behalf of the district, but it is important that the public knows that I see this as a community decision. This is not something where my own personal beliefs drive this process. So this committee, we took those 91 people, and in the application period, we said that if we are over in our numbers, we would run a lottery. And so the next day, coming back from break at the proposed time, we did hold a lottery. We're very a traditional way. We cut up the names of the slips of the paper. We put them in a bowl. We did have one community member ask before it started to see that their name was in there, and we did allow them to do that, and we found it. And so this entire process, it's been very important for me to show the community that we are being completely forthright in the way things happen. And so the drawing was held. We did present the names to you. And so one of the things we'll be looking for you tonight, since this is your committee, this is your advisory committee. It does not make the decision for you. It simply advises you in the work. That you would approve that roster, and that you would approve the bylaws that we also put in the packet. These are very standard bylaws that are used with sex ed advisory councils across the state. And so that just gives us some ground rules just in case we run into any kind of dispute or we run into a situation where somebody maybe isn't fulfilling their commitment, that we have a process for that. So there is a couple things that in your board packet, there was just a quick couple typos. It is a maximum of 16 voting members on the committee. We had 16, and then in parentheses, we had 19 written next to it.
That's
that was
in
a typo.
4.1.
4.1, yep. And then in 4.3, it is that we have 2 Wyandotte Public School students. And so the recommendation from the state is to have 2, and that they vary in some demographic quality, be it age, grade level, gender. And so we are in process of searching for 2 students. And so those people watching at home, if your child is interested, please send me an email. Otherwise, we will go to the next level, which is working with our administrators to identify some potential candidates and having conversations with them to join our committee. Our students will only be serving a one-year term, whereas the rest of the members of the committee will be serving a three-year term, while we review middle school, our elementary, middle school, and high school over the course of the next 3 years. Again, for the community, and so that they are aware, the law states that when that advisory board comes together to make any recommendations, they then come out of there and bring those forward. Then there are public hearings. So there's a chance for every single community member to be heard. And then ultimately, after all of that has been done, it'll ultimately come to the 7 of you for approval or otherwise through the normal voting process. So.
Okay. Board members, questions or comments for Dr. Anderson about this committee? We're going to be voting on that board in a few minutes under action agenda.
Okay.
I just wanted to thank you, Dr. Anderson, for being so transparent about this process
Agreed.
and really communicating it out to the community. I've had community members who have mentioned to me to find out more information about it because they were made aware of it. So thank you for really getting the word out there to make sure everyone knows that this is an opportunity to become more involved.
That's awesome.
And hearing, people from all walks of life, what their thoughts are. I mean, I think it is important. This is a very sensitive subject, and we have to make sure that we are teaching this in a very respectful manner. So I appreciate the board on
And
this.
it does bring forward an additional point, that even if a community member or family does not agree with what the advisory board comes out with, and ultimately what the board decides to adopt, this is a subject that is always open for families to opt out of. And so when we teach these topics, we make an announcement of where and when that is happening, and then parents are given an option for their child to be excluded from that. So I guess I really want to reiterate that point, that no one is being forced. It is a very clear
Family
process.
decision. Yeah, absolutely. Any other thoughts or questions for Dr. Anderson?
No.
I'm very impressed with the number of people that applied.
Yes.
I served on this committee previously in my parent capacity, and at that time, which would have been maybe 2015 or 16, it was very difficult to get people to serve. The committee was like actively looking to recruit people because there was not interest. So I'm impressed with the level of engagement from our community. We're always looking for stakeholder input, and this is just also a testament to your communication that you put out, that it was very widely known that we were doing this. So I appreciate that on those levels. Any other thoughts or comments on this topic? All right. So let's move to our action agenda. So we're going to do a first and final reading on our new policy. And when we're doing a first and final, because this moonlighting is a pretty, standard update that our legal recommends, we normally might have 2 readings, but we're going to recommend a first and final. So we're going to first take a vote to say we're okay doing a first and final, that we're just going to not, normally we would, if we were doing a policy, we might have it at the first one and then we would have it open again. So this is a 2-step process here. So first we're going to say, are we okay having a first and final reading? And then we will actually vote on the actual policy. Okay? So may I have a motion, please, for number 1, Ms. Kinney?
I recommend a first and final reading of the proposed policy edition 4000.03, policy conditions of employment, moonlighting, to be held at tonight's meeting.
Support.
Any discussion about this? All right, let's take a vote.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right, now let's move on to number 2. Take a motion on the actual policy.
New policy 4000.03, conditions of employment, moonlighting. We recommend a new policy, this one here, right? Oh, that one.
Just, you can just
Okay,
read it in the box. You can
All right.
make the motion.
I move approval of the proposed policy edition 4000.03, policy conditions of employment, moonlighting, effective immediately.
Support.
All right, any discussion? All right, let's take the vote, please.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right, number 3.
On January 6th, Myself and the sexual education supervisor, Jessica Shipman, conducted an open lottery to convene a new sexual education advisory board. As a result of the new membership of the SEAB, we recommend the approval of the 2026 through 2028 Sexual Education Advisory Board members, terms of service, bylaws, and the selection process for membership and co-chairs. Just to be clear, the co-chair membership will be determined at the first meeting.
Okay.
The members will decide who their co-chairs are.
All right, may I have a motion, please?
I move the approval of the 2026-2028 Sexual Education Advisory Board members, terms of service, bylaws, and the selection process for membership and co-chairs.
Support.
Okay, any discussion now on the in hand? We're just going to approve, it was all in your packet. You saw that we were provided with those typo additions and fixes for 4.1 and 5.3, so that is all fixed now. And then once that is approved, then those will be the bylaws that guide the committee that is listed in your packet. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, let's take a vote, please.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member LaCicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. All right.
All right. Well, we need to hire a school nurse at the Lincoln Center due to a retirement. After following appropriate personnel protocol and completing team interviews, the Director of Human Resources and I recommend a probationary professional contract be awarded to Kelly Kurtinitis.
May I have a motion, please?
Yeah. I
Thank
move approval of probationary professional contract be awarded to Kelly Kurtinatis, effective immediately.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Member LaCicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. Okay over there? Okay.
It's out of the way here.
We're good.
Fuller than she thought.
Needed water.
All right.
All right. Next up, we have a few retirements to report. It's always bittersweet. So the following staff members have submitted paperwork to retire. Greg Brovant, who is Wilson, he's been with the district for 25 years. Jason Simpson, who is also at Wilson and has been with the district for 26 years. And Pamela Matthews, who is at the Lincoln Center, who spent the majority of her career in another district, but we've only had her for 2 years, but she is at that time where she is ready to retire. So we wish them all the best.
May I have a motion, please?
I move acceptance of the following resignations for the purpose of retirement of Greg Brovant, Jason Simpson, and Pamela Matthews after a combined service of 53 years to Wyandotte Public Schools, and thank them for their many years of dedicated service to the children of Wyandotte and Wayne County, and wish them well in their retirement years.
Support.
Any discussion?
Just congratulations
Yep.
and enjoy your retirement.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
And as a reminder, our contractual date for announcing retirements is coming up as March 1st. And so we're hearing some rumors. There may be some more coming. So I know everybody's mulling over that decision, and if it's right for them, we wish them the best if that's the decision they make.
Absolutely. So just, thank you to these folks, both Mr. Simpson and Mr. Brovant. Mr. Simpson was a student teacher, actually, with one of my kids in first grade many moons ago. And Mr. Brovant, of course, famously coached the robotics team at Wilson for many, many years. And led them to several state championships. So we thank them for their service in the classroom and outside, of course, as well. All right, let's take a roll call, please, for these folks.
Member Weber?
Here.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member LaCicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, everyone is a little bit twitchy
I'm a little
today.
off today.
What is going on?
We just spilled water.
You're all over caffeinated. My goodness.
Cold.
All right.
It's the weather.
I guess. All right. Consent agenda. Because items on the consent agenda are routine, there's little need for discussion. One motion can complete this part of the agenda. If anyone is interested in copies of reports, recommendations, or information, please contact the superintendent's office at 759-6002. May I have a motion, please?
I move approval of the Board of Education bills in the amount of $2,962.12, and bills and vouchers in the amount of $7,692,957.03.
Support.
Any discussion? All right, let's take a vote, please.
Member Bevan Partial?
Yes.
Member Kane?
Yes.
Member Kinney?
Yes.
Member Lo Cicero?
Yes.
Member Martinez?
Yes.
Member Weber?
Yes.
President Circovich?
Yes, motion carries. Bills are paid. All right, Committee of the Whole discussion agenda. Our next work session is February 3rd, 2026, 6:30 PM at the Board of Education at 639 Oak Street. Announcements, Dr. Anderson.
Just a couple quick ones. One, a big thank you to the Wyandotte Fire Department. They did a coat drive this fall, or this fall going into winter. And a couple of the firefighters came over with loads
Oh my
and
gosh,
loads
so
of
many.
coats. And so we were able to get those over to our schools and get those on the backs of students, and just in time for this cold snap. So, and we're really thankful to them for their efforts and for organizing the drive. Beyond asking us if we could use them, they did all the rest. So huge kudos to them. And then right before this, I was over at RHS. We had JV, varsity, and freshman basketball going on, as well as unified basketball. And so I was able to watch the unified game right before I came over here. And it is really something to see. It is peer-to-peer students, so we have students in our general education classrooms and our special education classrooms, and they're on the court together. And they work together as a team to play other schools. And so the crowd is there cheering. Everybody cheers if somebody makes a basket, and there are actually quite a few baskets made. I'm probably more than I made in my high school career. So I'm impressed by them, and it just feels great. So kudos to them.
Yeah, Bears are doing well this season, yeah. Okay, other board members, announcements or things you need to bring up?
Can I recognize our maintenance staff?
Of course.
You know, in the spring and the summer, they cut the grass, and it's a lot easier being out there in the spring and the summer versus now in these bitter cold days, and they're out there shoveling snow and getting ice down and prepping the grounds for the kids and the staff to come in, and just want to say how much I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yep.
Very thoughtful, yes,
I
absolutely.
think I do want to see, I saw something on Facebook where our hockey team won their 100th game
Okay.
the other day.
Oh, that's
That's awesome.
exciting.
Great.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Good for them.
All right.
Bears are doing well. Okay, I would like to just beg your just pardon for a minute here. I have a couple of board-type announcements, just to remind the board that you're needing to do your board self-assessment. If you have not done that, you need to do it by Monday. The link was sent out to you. We'd like to get that done so that we can have our results in time for our February work session. That's one of our board goals, so I'm pleased to remind you to do that. Also, just a reminder to complete any classes that you've signed up for, particularly ones that we get reimbursed for. I'd like you to take care of those in the second half of the year now, because then we reset in July with our new budget and our new board thing. So if you've got some outstanding that you signed up for and you haven't taken care of those yet, please log in and take care of those. And then also, if you have not signed up for Winter Institute, those are all virtual with MASB. So if you'd like to take some classes online, it's February 6th and 7th. So they have a lot of great offerings. If you're interested in doing those, take a look at the classes, and maybe there's some that would pique your interest. In addition, I just want to remind the board and then share with the community that we set goals for ourselves every January. So some of our goals are educating, engaging, and empowering. So we're going to take one learning opportunity per quarter. The first quarter, we're going to focus on human resources and hiring policies. So we're going to have Mrs. Brody talk about that with us in one of our work sessions. And then every quarter, we will take on another topic and learn together as a board, and with Dr. Anderson as part of our governance team. We're also committed to engaging all stakeholders and attending at least one function per quarter. So I'll remind board members to start thinking about what you want to go to, whether it's a sporting event or a concert or just helping out at a school for some, whatever thing might pique your interest. I know there's lots of science nights and reading things. March is reading month. We usually read for that in the first quarter. And then under Empower, I already mentioned that we're doing a self-assessment, but we're working on our governance together, and we're going to review the results of our board self-assessment and decide what areas we want to work on together. So I just like to share that with the community, that we also set goals for ourselves, just like the district has goals, kids have goals, Dr. Anderson has goals working on, and we have some as well. So I want to share that with everyone. Any other things for the good of the order? All right, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.